yesterday, because we had a special guest, so I want to make sure that nothing's changed since then. We're good. This is episode 13 of the Castle Keeper's Guide by Trollord Games. And what are we doing? Well, we are working on a series of 12 maps, going from a hamlet, a thorp, and a village, all the way through to a town, a city, a fortified city, a metropolis, a tower, a motte and bailey castle, a castle, and a greater castle. There's 12 maps in all, and we're doing them on one canvas. Why? Because why not? Not only is it going to look freaking awesome, it's going to be a great poster. We'll break them up then into individual pages, quarter pages, that type of thing. We're going to give them all their own little individual frame. But I just think altogether, it's going to look like pure sex. So this is what we're doing tonight. We're actually going to maybe finish the village tonight. That's my objective. We're creating worlds. We're getting little people. We're putting them in houses that were built for them. We're getting them little jobs. We're sending them on their way. And tonight, we do that on the village level. So, let's jump into this. And typically what I like to do, this village is really looking good. This village is looking good. I'm happy with this little sucker. Wow, okay. So what we're doing is we typically warm ourselves up first. And thank you, Box Office Jack, for the confirmation on the sound levels. So what we're going to do is we are going to work on the details of the village. And typically what I like to do is just get warmed up. And then we'll jump into it. Now, true artists warm up by drawing an entire picture in 5 minutes. I don't work that way. I do little dots and bushes. So that's what we're going to do. And really, I should probably concentrate in the northwest quadrant over there, like right above my head, because it's got nothing going on. But I kind of want to work on these hills. Let's work on these hills. Make sure I'm on the correct layer. And let's get going. I'm using a pretty small brush because it's actually a little bit finer. You can see that. A little bit fine. Oh, Jesus, really? Is that what I just said? It's a little bit lighter. It almost looks grey. Now, I have said before that what I should do is just create a letter-sized texture of this, and then I could just like slap it behind any map and done. I think maybe one day I'll do that. Right now, we do this. We're gonna do it all over because I just think it looks so much better than the white. Okay, so different types of roof textures. Got thatch, we got tile, we got slate, shingle. But with the other side of our river here, these are working buildings. I want them to feel a little bit more impoverished. And so I'm going to give this guy like a plank roof, like way more like a shed or something like that. See, and like when you get to like the print size, you can barely see that. It just becomes a texture. But at poster size, it starts to really bleed through. And the other thing we've got to do, of course, is I like to do it like a little bit of a bank. So this is it. This is what we're doing. Get all the little details in here. And, of course, things like... we'll add some cards and little storage crates. You know, that type of thing. I love it. I love it. And honestly, you could take even just this panel. This is a half-page panel. You could take this panel, get it coloured up, and it just looks beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, sassy fella. Don't forget the baby dragon. Are we doing baby dragons? I didn't know we were doing baby dragons. How are you, GL? I think it's funny that every social media channel you're on, you've got a different name. Oh, I've got two cats fighting behind me. Hey, hey, hey. Leave her alone. One day we'll have to get the cat cam on now. Watching kids fight. I'm doing well, thank you, GL. I am doing well. Oh, we've got to actually get a little boat in here, don't we? Yeah. No, doing good. Doing good. Like, is that me being resigned now to the state of the world? Yeah, probably. But now feeling a lot more upbeat, a little chipper even, I would say. Life is okay. I actually want to start working on the Viking map here shortly too. Really get some crossover maps. I actually need to flip in and out of my maps a little bit. Like, you know, Tuesdays and Thursdays are one map, Mondays and Wednesdays are a different one or something like that. But I'm not sure if that would be popular or not. Or if people like seeing me work on the same map over and over. Oh, actually, while you're here, what was the name of the tower that we're gonna draw? What was it was like a Scottish tower, but it was an old Scottish tower. What was the name of it? Because I was trying to look it up before and I forgot. Hey, Mark CMG, I thought about you today. I swear to God, just an hour ago, I was thinking, wonder where Mark CMG's at. What if he's okay? Sorry, Mark. Sorry. Check out the video, the YouTube later. You can't even hear me saying this. Sorry, but it's good to see you. GL, if you can't remember, I'll just wait for Alex Fixon to come along. Because that girl has got a memory that is unbelievable. And I remember when it first came up in the chat, it was a name I've never heard of before. Well, guess what? I still haven't heard of it because I keep forgetting it. And if you can't remember, it's okay. It's okay.
We want a shrubbery!
King Bashman, I thought about you over the weekend, my friend. I hope you are doing well. Haven't seen you around for a while. King, I don't know if when the last time was that you were here, but we're motoring along, my friend. We are motoring along. They're looking pretty nice up there. GL. Okay, so you did a search. What have we got? What have we got? I love that first one, by the way. The Forestry Comey or something. That's actually cool. Do any of these give the actual names? Brock. Brock. B-R-O-C-H. Brock. That was it. Brilliant. I'm going to get some inspiration of that. I'm going to actually leave that browser open. Yeah, King, so we got our little Thorpe. Hamlet. I love the details on this map. And now we're working on the village. We're adding, I'm going to call it the background texturing. But we've got some roof textures that we're doing too. I'm actually hoping to get all of that done today, which means tomorrow we're working on a block. And that will be down here. We're going to do a cutaway. I have never drawn a cutaway before. It's going to be interesting. How have you been, King? How is life treating you? Yeah, I guess we'll just work on buildings and ground and little riverboats evenly here. Yeah, 2020 life hashtag. Yeah, okay, yeah, I hear you. Oh, shit. Alright. So, again, I want this to feel a little impoverished here. I want it to feel a bit ramshackle. But I think we're going to do shingles on this one. But if we're going to do shingles, I'm actually going to make them kind of like uneven. Maybe even put a hole in the roof or something. But King, did you get everything out the door now? For your Kickstarter? You know what I'm gonna do here actually? So I'm gonna delete some of the edge there. We're gonna overhang it with some shingle. There we go. Waiting on books, minis, and dice. And then the fun will begin. The fulfillment. Nice though. Congratulations. Congratulations on fighting through that. I know it was a struggle at times. Nice. Nice little shingle roof. Alright, let's go up the rocky slope here. I think we might actually colour some of these this way too. Depending on how beat up I am after working on the block. I think we'll do an experimentation with colouring. Maybe colour in our little thorp. So King, if you don't mind me asking, is the plan to do a Kickstarter for 2 King games every year? Not this year. But generally 1 Kickstarter a year? Are you planning on more than 1 Kickstarter? Because I know that you guys were at one point aggressively thinking about like a map a month or a map every 2 months. So there's got to be some kind of plan behind that. 2 to 3 a year. Gotcha. Yeah, then 2020 changed that one, didn't it? And can you say anything about your 2021 convention plans? The 2 King Games convention plans? Can you share anything with that? Or is this a little premature? Hit save. I love the difference that just a little bit of stippling makes to a map. It's crazy. It's crazy. You take something like this here with just a plain white. You throw in some random little dots, some bigger or stronger than others, a couple of little insinuations of bushes and things, and suddenly just looks completely different. I thought 2 King Games was actually going to run a convention in 2021 now. Oh no, wait a minute, 2022. I'm using the wrong year. 2022. I got the block. I got the block. I got the link actually. And I'm gonna keep it bookmarked. I think we're gonna draw a block together. Because what a great, interesting deviation from your standard keeps and shit, you see, right? And then I think we're actually going to have to place it. We're going to have to actually place it on the map. So I think we'll draw the block here, obviously. In fact, I didn't even write it down. So it's going to be a block. But then we'll actually have to place it on the town map. We'll actually have to find it at home on here and get it situated. Hey, Princess Stringer's here. I like your entry. I have arrived. I love it, girl. I love it. Keep it up. Probably don't need to do the details on this one. How have you been, Princess? How have you been, darling? We're just working away on the details of this map. By the way, did you all enjoy hanging out with Jack yesterday? Was it good? I like the questions you were doing. I like the organic way that it fed the conversation. Alright, cool. That's good. That's good. Thank you. Because yeah, we do plan on more of it. Not all of the time. I think it'd be too much, right? But nice little change of pace. And I think the questions kind of helped us understand a little bit more about him, but also each other, you know, as we were all talking about our favorite games and things. I don't think he's listening to this, but GL, I actually had it earmarked for doing it this year. And honestly, it was on my radar last year, but you heard him talk about it. Like the customization and everything that he was doing. Like, he was dialing that sucker in. And that makes me very reticent to order a lightsaber. He's kind of picky. It's like, how do you just order him a lightsaber for that? Even if I spent a lot of money on it. It's like, it could so easily miss the mark of what he's after. Everything that he was saying yesterday was a proof to me that I shouldn't buy him a lightsaber. GL, you're probably right. You're probably right. Who knows? We'll have to see what brings him for Father Christmas this year. That was almost English. Fill in the blanks. I did actually, so this is not a lightsaber, but one year I actually bought him one of the actual cells from, I think it was The Empire Strikes Back. So one of the movie cells, framed and everything, you know, certificate of authenticity. That was maybe one of the coolest presents I've ever bought him. A true collectible, you know? Alright, just moving across the map, adding details. I am feeling pretty confident about us finishing the village tonight. Unless I have completely forgotten something. Alright, so ferryman's boat. A ferryman's boat. Shall we draw your standard boat? Like a rowboat? Or make it more of something that is pulled across? Like Western style, where it's more of a raft. So a raft with pull ropes, or just a guy's rowboat. I'm thinking raft and a rope. That's kind of where my head's at. Let me know what you think. And the reason being is there's some industry over here. They're actually moving goods, they're moving crates, they're moving carts. I'm thinking raft. But let me know what you think in the chat. Alright, so King Bashman of Two King Games just announced the Queen of Crones, Age of Ancients. Nice artwork. Look for trouble in 2021's Age of Ancients Kickstarter. Nice. Nice. Love the artwork. Quite a bit. I could do longboat and raft. Nothing stops me, right? I'm just wondering about all of these goods and these, like, you know, crates and wagons and shit that have been hauling around. How do they do that via longboat? Barge. Rope barge. That's the name. That's the name I think I was searching for. Of course, we'll do a little boat too. I mean, we've got a fisherman here. Well, actually, look, we've even given him a boat already. But yeah, we'll have another boat, I think, in here. And I'm gonna change this. But we'll do that in a moment. Let's stick with these buildings here. Oh, actually, let's fill in this. GL is switching up to new editing software. What software are you getting and what are you going to do with it? Play the Oregon Trail. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, that's one of the backbones of computer gaming right there. And the fact that you all died, that's kind of part of it, right? I'm sorry, they all died. I've been playing Mafia Remastered, which has actually been really cool. Like, Steam had like a package for all three, so I bought all three, even though I already owned number 3, but it was cheaper to buy all 3 than just to buy 2. It was kind of weird. The last time I played Mafia, going back, what, like 10 years ago or so, or more? More, probably. I couldn't get past the car racing bit, and it destroyed the game for me. I stopped playing, and I was really enjoying it, but I stopped. It killed it. A lot of people complained about it. In the remastered version, they've literally remastered. They've done a whole bunch of different stuff. And the car racing bit, they've changed it, so I was actually able to get through it. So I've actually got further now into a title I had written off. I had written it off. I was never going to go back to it. And now I'm just playing along, enjoying the experience. It's been a cracking game. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I did see that Baldur's Gate 3 is out. I have not bought it yet. I could see me have taken a look. Jack and I have been playing Wasteland 3, which is a similar sort of isometric type of, looking down. And we've been enjoying that. I could see me get Baldur's Gate 3. What system is Baldur's Gate 3 built on? Is it like 5e? Is it something else? Because I tried going back to the original Baldur's Gate, and like you guys might like lynch me for this, and look, I played the original Dungeons and Dragons and basic Dungeons and Dragons and advanced Dungeons and Dragons for years, okay, and loved it, but they've not aged. Not to me, they haven't. And like playing Baldur's Gate, the mechanics behind it just broke my brain, and I just could not play it. I just could not. So I'm curious about Baldur's Gate 3, what system it's using. See, 5e would be cool. There's something about playing a computer game, and it could be 5e, it could be Pathfinder, but that really stays close to the rule set. I tried playing... God, what is the name? It's an MMO, and it's meant to be Dungeons and Dragons. I can't remember the name of it now. I need to hand in my nerd card. Neverwinter. I tried playing Neverwinter. Gorgeous, gorgeous graphics, okay? I'm not lying. Gorgeous graphics. Some weird mechanics. But it's got nothing to do with Dungeons and Dragons. Like, it has nothing to do with Dungeons and Dragons. And that killed it for me. It's like, I want to play Dungeons and Dragons, Give me it. Give me the same classes. Give me the stats. Give me the same sort of mechanics with the damage and stuff. They were using just something totally different. So it was like Dungeons and Dragons in name only. And I don't want to deal. One of the other things that killed it for us as a group, so true story, we've got a group of very dear friends. We get together every other weekend before COVID, and we play tabletop games, right? Dungeons and Dragons was one of them. And COVID hit, we all go virtual. We try the virtual games, but because we like to sit around the table and bullshit, it wasn't working for us. So we said, okay, let's get a game and play that. Let's play Neverwinter. We'll recreate our characters in Neverwinter. Well, firstly, no you're not, because it's got nothing to do with 5th edition. You could take maybe the spirit of them in name only. But here's the thing that really killed it for me in Neverwinter. You're limited to something like 5 members of a party that can go into a dungeon. 5. We've got 6 of us. It might even be they're limited to 4, but anyway. And you can't have more of the same class. So you can't have 2 rogues, or you can't have 2 paladins, or whatever the classes are. So it's like, and some dungeons are like, you must have a rogue to play this dungeon. It's like, that just breaks my brain. It's like, if we want to go into a dungeon with 5 rogues, or hopefully 6 rogues, let us. Let us. You know, we'll take the risk. Let us go in with 6 wizards. We'll take the risk. Why are you requiring that we have a tank? You know? And that, when we first encountered that, it became untenable as a group. We did not like it, so we stopped playing it. Like, I don't mind, like, if there are certain dungeons that benefit from a rogue because there's lockable containers, you know, or benefit from having some kind of healer. I am all about it. I got no problem with that. But don't require it. That should be a player decision. You know, players should be sitting there going, we don't have a healer, maybe we should get one. Or we need someone that can handle the undead in here because it's like just got so many undeads. That's cool. Let the players make the decision. And if the players turn around and say, nah, let's go in with 6 barbarians. Why not? Like, literally, why not? So yeah, it killed it. It killed it for us. It was kind of unfortunate. Because the graphics and everything were really quite pretty. I tell no lie. And I got past the fact that it had fuck all to do with Dungeons and Dragons. A spellless healer class. See, I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. I've always wanted to play something like that, you know, with potions and alchemy and things like that. Herbs. That appeals to me. Especially, and you know this about me right now, because I love the low-powered games, the low-magic games. And I'm not talking about, like, Conan low level. I'm just talking about a little bit more subdued. So to make it a little bit more viable, either to not have a healer, or your healer's kind of still puny at this moment. Although with 5e, that's, you know, healers, if you want to build a healer, you're stout, you know. But I like where you're going with it. Princess, you ask a lot of questions about Pathfinder 2nd edition. Have you played 2nd edition yourself? And if so, what are the highlights and lowlights for you? Like, what is your chosen system? Which one do you prefer of the other? And why? We're almost done with this side. Nice. Nice, let's hit save. Alright, let's do these 2 buildings next. And let's build a little copse of trees here. Nice. Okay, I thought you owned 2nd edition. I thought you owned 2nd edition. What I liked about Pathfinder when it first came out is, you know, they were like, 3 is not utterly broken. Couple of changes. This will be, you know, I think it was 3.5. 3.5 is not broken. It could be fixed. And here it is, Pathfinder 3.5. And that was kind of cool. You know, they just corrected a lot of the issues and made it totally playable. It was fine. Grappling stuff was like a crock of shit, but that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. It's unfortunately when all the splat books came out. I actually think those. I know you've got to do it from a fiscal perspective, but the adventure paths. I think the adventure paths just became splat book on crack. But I think if you kept it to core Pathfinder, I could see the spirit of it would remain alive. Alright, so I've got a wood shed. I mean, this is an industrial. I don't want to do thatch. I don't want to do thatch over here. I think it will give him shingle. We've got wood, wood, wood. So I think we're going to give this guy shingle. Thank you, Alan. It'd be a nice texture change. Thanks, babe. Nice. We're close. We're close to this side of the water being done. We just got to get this little barge done. I'm in two minds about drawing the rope. I mean, I think we need to draw the rope, but I'm also tempted to do it in the colouring phase. I think having a big black rope hanging over the river is going to look a bit weird. So I'm really tempted to actually do the rope in colouring and actually draw the raft today. You know what we need here? There we go. It's a working area. And you know what? It will indeed be the ferry for the ferryman. King Bashman, DMing 5e wins hands down for him. Playing as a toss-up between 5e and Pathfinder 2. Actually, so King, if you played Pathfinder 2, and I'm sure Princess would be interested in this too, give us a rundown of Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I know it's kind of old hat at this point, but from your perspective, 1 versus 2, give us the highs and lows. Give us the pros and cons. Genuinely curious. I would look Look for the open space in the northwest part of the village. That would make a good place for the block. Right about here you're talking about, right? Well, so when this village kind of expands, do we give it a block now? I kind of... Do we draw a tower in the northwest section for the village? That could be interesting, actually. I didn't even think about that. But this would be from above, which might not look that super sexy. But okay. So wood, 130 buildings. Is it 130 buildings or 130 people? I think we were doing people, right? I think. Because we were counting the buildings to be an exact match to that. I think it could be interesting, even if it was only the beginning of a block, right? Little defensive structure up there, looking down over the village. Alright, you've tickled my curiosity giblets. King Bashman. On 1E versus 2E Pathfinder. Less number crunch and math. Better feat system, smoother action economy. Okay. More open character creation. Interesting. Alright, so average time to create a character. I feel like 5th edition can be pretty long. But I'm impatient with my character generations. And I need to shut the fuck up anyway, because I'll sit down for like 2 days doing a Shadowrun one. But character generation, what sort of time are we looking at? For a reasonably well thought out character. Viking Great Hall, yeah. Let's hit save. Thank you very much for the reminder. This computer saves so fast. This computer is just like managing this large file, no problems at all. In fact, our current file size for this, even though we're only in black and white right now, we're up to 364 megabytes. 364 megabytes, and this is just black and white, and we're not even done. And this computer is just handling it effortlessly. I love this computer. I love it a huge amount. But I went from like literally a 1-core CPU to like 16. I mean, it's night and day. By the way, we are going to be doing a board out, okay? And I'm actually really excited to work on it. And it's gonna, I'm thinking about, you know, something that's gonna look a little bit, like, how am I even gonna describe this? Not like this. That looks absolutely freaking terrible. But I'm thinking about, like, a nice little sort of decorative border, not sort of overstated, but, you know, something like that the whole way. But I kind of want to do it, and then in the corners we'll just do a nice little square, you know, with these diamonds going off from it. But we'll do it once, and then we'll cut, copy, and just do borders for the rest of them. Freed up a terabyte is not small potatoes. That's cool. My last system relied too much on USB drives plugged into it. I had 3 USB drives. Now I did end up with something like 5 terabytes of external storage, which I used. I used it aggressively, but it was too slow. And one of the drives, every single time I accessed any hard drive anywhere on the system, like this one drive would be like, oh, let me catch up, and it would just bog everything down. So now being on the 2 NVMEs, and they're just so fast. The first time I saw a YouTuber plug in one of those into a motherboard, I was like, what is this magic? Like, where is my, like, ribbon fucking cable? Where is my SATA plug-in? It was like, what am I dealing with? You plug in something directly into the motherboard? It opened my eyes. I didn't realize how far technology had moved on. And then, of course, I was like, well, I want one of them. True fact, I used to actually work in computer technology. Like, putting computers together, shipping them out. I used to be really up on it, but we're talking about 98, 99, 2000. And since then, I kind of dropped out of it. I used to put together computers all of the time. I put them together for friends. And apparently a lot can change in 16 years or so. And I fell behind. Yeah, the sheer capacity of, like, anything solid state is ridiculous now. It literally ridiculous. Like, technology just seems to be getting faster and faster and faster all of the time. It's certainly not slowing down. Oops. That's in the wrong place. Let's get rid of that. Even if you look at the new 3000 series graphics cards, the performance increase that they've got, and they're charging the same price, you know, between a 3080 and a 2080, and the 3080 is so much better. It's the same fucking price. It's like, how do they keep wringing so much performance out of these things? Like, my computer now, and I have it up on a shelf above me because it is all RGB and shit, so why not take a look at it? But the fact that it actually has no visible hard drive in it breaks my brain. It just breaks my brain. I came across to the States with a Bigfoot drive, and it was literally like this freaking big and had like 500 megabytes of storage, and I thought it was the shit. Alright, so we've got shingle, we've got wood, wood. I'm gonna give this guy a thatch roof. It will be a real nice texture and colouring contrast to the buildings around it. It will be visually interesting. Nice. Okay. I love his horse and cart. It makes me happy in my soul. Okay, so I drew this building. I have no freaking idea what it is, so I guess we're going to make a decision right now. And then I think we need to go across. Princess, do not let me forget. We need to go across to the graveyard. We need to make sure that's looking good. And that we've expanded the Strega Mausoleum. I think we did it already, but I want to make sure. Glass steel roofing, a whole window for a roof. Alright, you know what? You've actually piqued my interest there. What if we did make this some kind of greenhouse? Like with all of these industrial buildings? Or do we make it actually industrial? Do we give it a big fat chimney? And actually have like more of a smelting. I'm feeling smelter. We're doing some kind of smelting. We're gonna add some pollution on the east side over here. That's what we're boiling this down to. Chimney it is. Chimney it is. We'll make this some kind of like little outhouse shed bolted on the side. Alright. I think so. I think what we'll do with this is on the stone side we are going to add yeah, that's good. Actually... Oh, I don't have my actions. I need to recreate my actions in the new Photoshop that we've got installed here. So, in the meantime, let's just do a stroke here. And we'll do 2 pixels. Select, modify, contract. 15 is going to be too much. Let's try 10. I think... No, you know what? Let's try 15. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Okay. So... Select, modify, contract. I have no idea how much to bring this in by. Let's try 5. Yeah, okay. It was about 5. Nope. Let's try 10. Can we get away with 10? No, we can't. Okay. 7? Really? 7? Well, that can't be right. Oh, I think I'm looking at this the wrong way. Select, modify, contract. 3. Yeah, okay. Alright, here's why we're doing this. Here's why I'm kind of jumping through some hoops here. Because we're going to take this little puppy. We're going to grab you. There we go. We're going to do that. And then we're going to do this. Alright, let's get the roof details in. We've got some chimney stacks. Cave Geek is here! Cave Geek, good to see you, my friend. This is what we've been working on, by the way. And if we can rotate it. Good to see you. So we're working on the village. I'm hitting save right now. I'm hopeful that we can finish the ground detail tonight. But maybe not. We've actually been going for an hour, almost pretty much dead on. And we still have all of this area here to get the ground detail in. Which is a good chunk of the map. And we might be drawing a block. So, we might not finish the village tonight, but we're going to get really, really close. Which means we will finish it tomorrow, which means we will start drawing the block tomorrow, okay? I feel like that is totally doable. But yeah, we've been going an hour already. Time's flown. Alright, so... Alright, we got ourselves like a little kiln or something over there. I think that's largely this area done. Yeah, I think this is done on the east side over here. Hit save. Alright, so let's start getting the details in for our town now, or I guess the west side of our village. Talking of which, do I give a shit about drawing in extra carts, etc.? Probably. Oh, we didn't do the little raft. We didn't do the raft or the barge. Princess, what? Why are you calling my name? Oh. Is there space in the larger version of the city for a zoo? Yes, 100%, no problem. We're getting up to that sort of scale. So I would say in the city version, we could absolutely bolt on a zoo. Absolutely, no problem at all. And each one of these is a full page, so we could definitely get the detail in there. Doesn't that Alyssa, Yoo-hoo work out well? I was like, oh, what? Definitely gets my attention. Of course, now I completely forgot what I was going to do. Oh, raft! You know, we actually need to get rid of you. Here. I don't think we've ever drawn a zoo, have we? That could be interesting. That could be interesting. Okay, so Mausoleum, thank you for the reminder. I keep actually forgetting where the church is at. So let me orientate, because I keep spinning the map so much. Found out today that a graveyard is attached to a church. A cemetery is not. So we have ourselves a case of the graveyards. Where the fuck is our graveyard? Maybe it's up here. I think because I drew it upside down, I always struggle to then locate it when our map is the other way. But I'm genuinely, actually, seriously, having a hard time locating this right now. It's not down there. It's not down there. Oh, it's there. It's there. It's right in front of me. Okay. Did we make your mausoleum any bigger? No. So let's do it. Let's make the mausoleum a little bit bigger. And this will only resonate with people who are paying attention between the maps. Right, the mausoleum just got bigger. There we go. Let's hit save. And let's just start. Let's just start this process. And I think we'll start down here. Oh, actually, okay, GL. Wasn't that... Where was your cabin? So let me go back actually to the beginning. You weren't on that one. That wasn't your... That was your cabin. Okay, so then... So that means this. It's only a wickle, fella. But it's yours. You have a tower castle. I mean, look how small it is, though, compared to the other buildings around it. I mean, it's tiny, man. It's tiny. But it's yours. I guess you own the land rights to it. Alright, back over here we go. Maybe you are a halfling. Maybe you are. Hey, Alex Vixen! Hey! We were talking about you earlier, young lady. In a very complimentary manner, I assure you. Oh, by the way, let me give you a little bit of channel news, okay? Now we've got like a few of the regulars back. There's actually gonna be some really exciting things coming down the pike here shortly. I've actually engaged with a social media guy called Pex. This is his job. This is what he does. And we are going to have a Discord channel for you guys and girls. He's been setting it up. It's freaking awesome. And it is going to be Twitch and Patreon only. So you guys and girls that are subscribed to me on any channel will have access to it, okay? And I have it up all day long. So I could drop in, chat with you guys and girls anytime. He's also you've seen like a lot of activity on my Facebook. We've got that going. We're up to 5,000 followers now on Facebook. He's going to do the same for Twitter. My Twitter is back, baby. He's been cleaning it up, and we're going to be doing a lot of things on Twitter. You're going to see a lot more activity from me on Instagram, and you're going to start seeing some exciting things on YouTube as well. So things are going to start ballooning. Things are going to start getting big, and you guys and girls right here were part of the core of it. So I want to thank you. I want to take this opportunity to thank you because you've been a huge driving factor on this. So we've been only at it for like a few days so far, early days, but I want to tentatively say that next week we're going to have a Discord channel for everyone to hang out in. Just saying. It's going to be fun times. It's going to be fun times. Well, Princess, that would be nice. That would be nice. And let's just say one of the things that we've got coming up is some goals for us to obtain. Now, whether I quit the day job or not, honestly, you know, that's cool. That's cool if I can, but it's not a requirement. It's not really what I'm shooting for. But getting an Alyssa Faden Studios going, that is on the list. So we've got some really, really cool things in the offing here. And for me, I think it's more about creating something that is sustainable for the future. So when I retire from the day job, we just keep doing this, but a lot more of it. Which, come on, I mean, wouldn't that be fun? Like 40 hours a week of me. We could do a lot of harm. And the beautiful thing is we don't have to lean on Twitch or Twitter or Patreon only. It will be a multi-channel solution. A multi-channel presence. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I'm trying to create a sense of home ownership in our villages here. And I think part of that, when you get a little bit closer into the village, is people start walling off the property that they own. Plus, they have some gardens and things going on, right? They have their own little cabbage plots and carrot plots and cauliflower plots. No one has a beet plot because fuck beets. And no one grows sprouts. Sprouts won't grow in this world because also fuck sprouts. Princess Draga, you get one free sub. Yes, 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 you do. We're connecting to the Amazons. The whole point is, though, guys and girls, is I want to give like a lot of value to why you would sub to me, okay? And I don't want you to get this wrong. I love the fact that you sub to me, or if you're Patreon back, I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart. But now I want to give something back. And it's got to be more than just me drawing a freaking village, right? There's going to be great reasons for you to chip in $5 a month or something like that. And I intend to give you value for money. That's what we're going to do together, Pex and I. And a private Discord server is one of those things. And by the way, this is a Discord that, you know, I'm paying for, right? We're putting out some bells and whistles on this thing. It's a place where we can hang even when I'm not streaming. Princess, did you ever see that YouTube, no, it wasn't YouTube. Let me rewind. Facebook. It was a few years ago now. I found a rogue sprout in our shopping bag. So I took an axe to it and posted a series of pictures online. Did you ever see them? I had a lot of people railing against me, telling me how I could make sprouts taste good and stuff. It was hilarious. Now, since then, by the way, I've had sprouts here in America just buried in garlic and stuff, and that have actually tasted pretty good. I'm not going to lie to you. But remember, I'm from England. We steam our sprouts, and they taste fucking nasty. So keep in mind that's where I come from. So there may be great ways to handle sprouts. My mom doesn't know any of them. Sorry, Mom, but it's true. Once in England, I had a boiled burger. Boiled meat. Now, there's a lot of great food that comes out of England. I think England gets, like, knocked too much for its food. But I gotta be honest with you. If you're boiling meat, you deserve the flack that we get. I could drop down a trifle or a shepherd's pie or a Scotch egg and you would die for it. But boiled meat patty? No. No. That is just an affront to God right there. Cave Geek, you've got no idea, man. I mean, seriously? My mom got a pressure cooker. Nothing against pressure cookers. But everything got cooked in the pressure cooker. Everything. Our cabbage, our carrots, everything went in the pressure cooker. Now, my mom's a great cook. My mom is seriously a great cook. But some of the shit she churned out. The only time I've enjoyed carrots or cabbage is when I went to Louisiana. And they start throwing in spiced sausage and spicy meat with all of it. It's like, yeah, this is cabbage. We're frying it down with spicy sausage. I'm like, okay, I'll take some of that. And they do the carrots the same way. Yeah, and right, steamed sprouts, come on. You get all of the bitterness of the sprout in there. I mean, I just got no interest in it. See you, Gabe. Love you, man. Alright, yeah, so we've been streaming for about an hour and a half coming up. We'll probably go about another 10 minutes or so. We are not going to finish the village tonight. But we are really, really making a dent in it. So that's the good news. I mean, she's looking great. She's looking great. But I do think that we have a good, I think we got an hour to add texture to that side. And I think part of it is because we're doing these gardens. And I think the gardens are important because they help define the house plot. And I think that in and of itself helps define the village. But yeah, we're gonna need another hour and a half on this. But we will be doing the block this week. If not touching on it tomorrow, certainly what is then? Is it Wednesday tomorrow? So Thursday. We are definitely getting into the block this week. And that's when you get to see a grown woman cry when she's doing her first 3D building and wondering how the hell to do it. Alright, so let's just go for about another 10 minutes or so, just so everyone knows a sense of when the world comes crumbling down. Right, so, okay, Princess Strega, imagine lollygagging down the main streets of this town, seeing an apple tree, picking an apple off a branch and eating it while heading down to the river to catch some fish for dinner. Right? And that's what it's about. If you don't look at one of my maps and see a story in there, then I have failed as a cartographer. That's what I do. I don't just throw down blocks on a page or cut copy, because they have no soul and you see no stories. They're functional for a battle map or whatever. I like to create maps that you can live in. That's what it's all about. And Princess Strega is pulling an apple off a tree and heading down to the river to get some fish. And the fact that you see that, Princess, says this map is working. But that's what it's about. You start to see a place where you can imagine yourself walking down the streets. I just hit save. I should have added a tower to the cabin. Just thought of that. What do you mean you should have added a tower to the cabin? You did add a tower to the cabin. You just knocked down most of the cabin to do it. But you do have a tower. Look. In fact, you know what? Here. I just gave you an extension. Now you have somewhere to put your shoes. Nah, I mean, look how small your cabin is. It's tiny. No, you got big now, man. Alright. This is some different veg, etc., etc. This is some grass and some shrubs and shit. Will you please cut your backyard? I hate living next to you. Okay. Now these guys here, I'm not going to give a wall to them or a fence. But we are gonna add a nice big tree. Some little benches around it where people like to hang out right there. The beautiful thing though here is, even with this little tiny thing, you know what we're going to actually do? Hold on. I just demolished part of GL's tower. Hold on a sec. GL is like, what's happening to my house? Hold on. Let's give GL a little bit of an expansion here. And this bit actually goes underneath the tree. Alright. I see this as a true... Your house is still there. You built a tower. You've done some expansions around it. It's still tiny though. I mean, look. Compared to everything else, it's basically the size of a living room. But with a tower. And that's what it's all about. Tao goes up to his bedroom for the lucky lady that gets to see it. Alright, we're going to morph into hedges because hedges are more mature from the point of view of lifetime taken to create them. You've definitely made it, baby. You've definitely made it. And a few iterations of this place, we're gonna wash you away in a flood. Oh, sorry. That was my out loud voice. What I meant to say is your tower will live on forever as an archaeological dig. All right. So time check. Probably just a few more minutes, okay, guys and girls? This is looking pretty sweet. I think this is looking pretty darn good. We're going to add a little bit more texturing right in here. Yep. Our entire northeast side is done. Our entire southern side is done. It's really just the area right over my head now. We've got that third of a map to do. Like all of this. That's the next bit that we've got to start working on. Let's hit save. GL? You did. Now, let's actually talk about the next stages. So tomorrow night, we're going to work on this area here. Hopefully, it will go fairly quickly. It might take all night, though, okay? Because we do need to give these guys gardens, vegetable gardens, etc., etc. But we're going to work on this, and we're going to add a block tower from above, the early iteration of it. And then, we're going to start working on the block tower side view, which I've never done before, so it's going to be interesting. How does the village evolve? Well, it goes into the town. Now, the town, just so you know, I've got it basically sketched out here. It will not include all of this, okay? Oops, shit, what did I just do? I just deleted it. Oh, no, I just did delay visibility. Okay, so the town is basically going to be this chunk up here, which is, and we're going to get rid of all of the rest of it. And so the question, our village, by the way, is, where's our village? Oh, yes, our village is like here. So it's going to be a question of what happens to our village. Well, they're definitely moving up on the hill. And what I was going to do was keep the village down here as well, but they grow up onto the hill here. This becomes the area of the town. And then GL suggested to me that we should actually destroy the village. So that happened. So we'll see. We'll see what we want to do with this, okay? And of course, if we do just this is the town, the whole thing's going to get moved down more into the center pane right there. But this is my kind of draft to work from. Do you see the ruins of your tower? Yeah, I think you do. I think you do. Maybe it was meant to be. Maybe it was meant to be. But then you just move into town and build a different tower, right? Maybe you're the origin of the Motte Bailey. And in fact, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is. So I'm gonna let you guys and girls do your. I think you've got some kind of fight going on or something right now. I'm going to let you finish the raid on the village, and then we're going to be done. This is where we currently stand. I know that, yeah, there you go. You can kind of get an idea for where we are at. We're in a good position. We're going to finish the village tomorrow for sure. Hopefully a little bit ahead of time, we can start working on that tower. And then after the tower, we're going to do the Motte Bailey. Then after that, I think we'll do the 45 military camp. And maybe somewhere in there, we're actually going to start colouring. Alright, yep. Go yell at Cave. In fact, maybe we'll all just raid Cave Keycards. How about that? Let's see what Cave is up to. So, tomorrow night, we're back. We're going to finish this. It's so close now, I can feel it. And we're going to move on. We're going to move on to the next round. It's looking great. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I seriously mean that. You're wonderful for giving me your time. Here, we create little worlds that we can walk around in. With that said, I love you all. I'll see you Wednesday night. Until then, everyone, have a good one. I love you all.